Okay, it started back in February. We had the Super Bowl, the Winter Olympics. NBC continues to bring you all the major sporting events. Wave Sports Director Kent Taylor is here right now. He sat down with the man in charge of the venue for the next big one, and we're talking about the Indy 500.
Yeah, you know, from the most exciting 2 minutes in sports to the greatest spectacle in racing. Two of the biggest sporting events in the entire world, just a few weeks apart and a few miles apart.
The Indianapolis 500 returns to full capacity this weekend, and many of those 300,000 will make the drive north on I-65.
About 60% of the attendees, 65% of the attendees for the Indianapolis 500 come from Louisville to Chicago, Dayton to St. Louis. I mean, it is a Midwestern event, and Louisville is one of those cities that's really important to us.
Doug Boles is the hands-on president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and he says with a 3-week jump on Indy, the track has used a big event like the Derby as a template the last few years.
The Kentucky Derby was the first big public event after the Boston bombing. And a lot of things we all started thinking differently about safety for customers and fans. So we paid attention to what the Kentucky Derby was doing. And well, obviously, we were paying attention to what the Kentucky Derby did as we worked our way through the pandemic. How do we deal with ticket customers? Because just like the Derby, we have customers that come back year after year after year.
Boles is a former team owner, and his stepson, Connor Daly, will drive in the 500 for the 9th time. The event is in his blood.
You think about the importance of all of the pre-race activities that lead up to the Derby and all the pre-race activities that lead up to the Indy 500. There's just that electricity in the air, and you don't have to be a race fan, just like you really don't have to be a horse racing fan to appreciate and want to be part of a Kentucky Derby or an Indianapolis 500. But that moment when the race is about to start and it's either my old Kentucky home or back home again in Indiana, no matter where you're from, if you're in the venue or watching on TV for the Kentucky Derby, you feel like you belong in Kentucky. If it's the Indianapolis 500, you feel like you're a Hoosier. And it's just, you can't explain it without bringing someone there.
Boles is fully invested. He calls 10 customers every night on his drive home from the track just to get some feedback. He told me that 70% of their fans do not watch another race all year. That's pretty amazing. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning here on Wave and NBC.
You know, he's so enthusiastic when he's talking about it. I want to go now.
He loves it, and you know we think of the Derby like, you know, it's our event,
yes,
and that's the way the people of Indianapolis feel. But it's important. You know, there are a lot of people from this area also who make the trip. I mean, have you ever been before?
I haven't.
Because it's such an enormous facility. I mean, 2.5 miles around.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
cool. We need to.
You can also go up there and play golf and go inside it too. You know, there's a couple golf holes inside the track.
Wow, I had no idea.
Kiss the bricks. Oh yeah.
That's amazing. I know our assistant news director Carolyn always goes.
You might need to know somebody to go in and kiss the bricks, but
okay.
I had a
you can maybe help me. Okay, perfect.